JD Cargill.
And I'm Michelle Arrego,
and this is Friendsome Then Some. We are three friends who met, 20 more plus years ago in the local news scene. And now we've decided, why not share our friendship with all of you and also take away some really good life lessons on how friendship can help you heal and thrive, not just survive through midlife.
That's right. We have wildly different opinions, but they're all expressed with love and humor and support. And we hope that you join us and walk away or drive away with life hacks on inspiration and education and anything you might walk away with that makes your life a little more exciting and interesting. We are
Friendsome Then Some.
We are Flossom AH.
Oh gosh,
and
we are that too.
AL. What?
It's
Lord
live
have
show.
mercy.
It's live show.
AL.
Welcome to Friendsome Then Some. The crowd goes wild. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about today's show. Yay, it's a special time of the year.
Approaching the week of love.
We are in the week of love.
That's
yes.
right.
Well, this is it. This is the Valentine's.
Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday will be Valentine's Day. And
You know how much I love telling people to go watch the video of our podcast as well on YouTube.
Yeah.
Let me just tell them, they will not be sore this time because you two look
Because there's nudity.
gorgeous.
Because we're
We've got color in our lives. Usually I
Gorgeous.
dress like
Hello.
Morticia.
You're making the Mod Pod studio here look freaking
really bright.
amazing.
These are
I
Mod
truly
Pod
love
bods
it.
right here,
This is
babe.
Mod Pod bods. These are Mod Pod broad, and they're in the pod.
Mod Pod broads in the
Pastel
pod.
rainbow,
We
if
can
you
do
can
this all week.
imagine.
I love it. I love the color. I'm super excited. These might be my favorite people in the world.
I would
That's right.
say
You're a
Possibly
special guest
Yes.
today.
I mean, because, friendship is one thing that, we've been friends forever. We're not married, but in a marriage, friendship is probably the most important aspect of it. And to have a long-lasting marriage, I think you must have friendship at all costs. And so the two people that we have today have shared a 56-year, more like 57 or 58, because
they've been married for 56.
56-year friendship, and that would be my parents,
Yay.
Dr. Eric and Joyce Burbano.
Yay! Oh my gosh!
Hold that up so we can hear you.
Oh, can
There
you?
go.
Oh, am I
There
supposed to
you
use the
go.
mic?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful
Oh my
people.
God.
They look
So
cute.
cool.
They look so
They are
cute.
the cutest people.
This was a,
guys are cute.
Oh, no.
Thank you,
No, you're
Joyce.
cute. No.
this was a surprise.
I'm cute because you're cute.
Oh, that's why we like to give surprises,
Yeah,
right?
surprise.
Surprise you. Too much thought makes you nervous. So
Yeah,
we're just
there
here.
you go.
So
Don't want to think too hard.
friendship. You know these two who I've
For-
been friends with 20 some
As
odd
many years as you've known
I
each
feel like
other.
I was on the red carpet with you
Sure.
in 1980.
Oh, yeah. Way
That's
back.
great.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
that's when I
Yeah,
started.
right.
Yeah, no kidding. You used
covered
to do
wa-
that, Mindy. I need to tell this little story.
Covered wagon days.
One of the first moments that I knew I loved Mindy Burbano back then, Mindy Burbano, the beautiful daughter of Joyce and Eric Burbano, who are with us today. I knew I loved her when we were working together in local news. We were in the entertainment unit of KTLA, and we would go cover the red carpet scene. And everybody would be there with, their cameramen and their photog and their audio person, reporter, and producer. Yeah. Mindy would be there with her, all of the most favorite people in the world, her loved ones and both parents, and me, her producer, and the cameraman, and we like, is there room? There's always room for more. There's always room for love. And so you guys were on a mini red carpet,
good.
right?
Exactly. Those were fun
my
days.
God,
Those
so
were fun
many
days.
red carpet events. They were there for for everything. They've been great. You've been a great role model for marriage. I mean, it's been hard because they've set such a high standard for what
Right.
it is.
I would
mean, it
say,
was very
yeah.
difficult throughout my life to, find a place where I could call my home because I had such a great example and a role model as how a marriage works.
So kind of you.
Here's an easy
us up.
question. What is the key to a perfect marriage?
Yeah.
Love, basically.
Aw,
No.
sweet.
We tell each other we love each other probably 20 to 25 times a day.
I
When
think-
we walk past each other in the home, in our house, we stop and hug
Aw.
many times.
And I think
Really?
we just kind of are on the same plane in a way. The same. I just like to go anywhere he goes, and he goes, I go,
All right.
and he's so easy to love.
Well, Joyce makes
So
it easy.
to love.
You really
No,
make it
you
easy.
make
You
it.
make it easy.
Oh my
I could do this all day.
Well, they're holding hands right now, and if you're watching, you might think, "Oh, they're just holding hands for." No, the other day I see them; they literally reach for each other and hold each other's hands and embrace each other. And Eric was holding his phone up for a long time, and Joyce just was sensing his arm's probably tired, and she literally held his arm up.
Oh my
To
gosh.
hold it so he could continue shooting
She's that
what
way.
he wanted. And it just,
Wow.
I'm
did.
sitting there as a witness, and as I've been a witness, because I've known Mindy, I've known you guys the same amount of
Oh,
time,
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
a package deal. I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
loved about Mindy, how much she loved her parents. And I think as an adult, when you become an adult and you see your parents as human beings, not, that
Not as an
you love
authority
them.
figure that you're-
And I loved how she loved you guys. And then obviously within the first 5 minutes, that was easy to see why. And you guys, if I could bottle up the joy that you guys bring me in that time that we're together, and you've always make everyone feel special in the room. You've made my children feel like your own grandchildren. You always have something in your back pocket to give a gift. You always have a joke or a perfect quote for any time that we're in that's relevant. It just makes you so present, Eric. And
Oh, that's so kind
and
of you,
Joyce,
yeah.
your smile lights up a room.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
It is like
Your whole personality. I mean, you
Oh.
just can't be near you,
Joyce, you
either
can't
one of
be
you, and
Joyce.
not smile.
You
In
really
fact,
can't.
speaking of jokes, Dad, why don't you
She's
give
so
your
practical.
give them your best knock knock joke. See if I don't know if they
Oh,
just
can
go
we
roll
do
right
that?
into
Knock,
it.
knock.
Yeah, ask JD.
Okay, JD, knock knock.
who's there?
Smell map.
Smell map what? Smell map who? Oh, God. Smell map what? Smell
I got
map
that
who?
from Mindy.
I feel like I walked right into that.
Well, you started with smell my what?
Smell my what? I know. I was already moving on. What are you talking about? Smell what? That is funny.
That was one
You
of the good
all-
ones.
Dad jokes. Hashtag dad jokes.
But at least you got it.
So-
a lot of people don't for a while.
We got it quickly.
I have a personal question. Is that okay?
Okay.
I'm just so curious about this because you have two beautiful children who I absolutely
No,
love.
I've never seen them having sex.
No. That was not the question.
She wasn't
Yeah, yeah, right. I tell you,
The
Marty
only time they
has.
had it,
Marty has.
Her brother.
Well, it was in the
That
dark.
explains
It
a
was in
lot.
the dark, and all we could hear our ears was
No, he came up to you while you were in the middle of
right
it.
next to the bed.
Oh.
Yeah, in your ear.
And dark and black.
Dark.
So you get suddenly.
Well, he didn't know.
No, he
At least
probably
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. Oh, God.
Earmuffs, earmuffs.
I wonder sometimes if you remember like exactly what's going through or the kids remember exactly what's going through their head in that moment. It's probably very confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
you
if
were
it's-
making Mindy that night.
No, right, no.
No, I came first.
Oh,
She
you
knows
came
what
first.
everyone
That's
That
does.
was my
right.
question. That's my actual personal question.
You know what? You
What is
guys
it?
Just do
make
they
us
remember when you were
so
made?
confused.
Yes, they remember when I was made.
Here we do.
Yeah, when was it?
We do.
Let's see. No, that was a New Year's party, wasn't it?
You were home.
Oh, no, I was too sick to go out.
Oh,
But not
that's
too sick to go
So we
in.
stayed home.
Oh. This is a grown-up show, everybody. We're here all week. But that is true. It's Mindy's birthday's in the end of September, which would make her a New Year's baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Oh
see.
my gosh, I love it.
I think my brother was
So
he was a turd.
What is a tip? What is a tip? Because I do feel like you genuinely love each other. And I will say, on a personal note, I haven't had that example. I grew up where my parents, I felt like a referee, and I'm sure they will be upset to hear that, but it's the truth. I feel like I was in constant referee. I was a mediator. I'm the only child in a volatile relationship, and it was really hard. And I really look back as an adult now and try to think of, well, when was there a good time, or what are they holding on to? Because they're still married, and
That's
I'm
good.
convinced
So-
they're miserable apart, but more miserable. Wait, no, miserable
Miserable
together,
together.
more miserable apart. You know, one of those things where they're a habit, and
Yeah.
but you guys really exude joy and a partnership. What is it that makes you guys friends? How is it? Give us
Yeah,
some
we're-
advice on how to be friends with your
I
partner.
trust him completely.
Well, he's
He's
trustworthy too.
he's never really done anything wrong, quote, wrong kind of thing. He's thoughtful, he's loving, he's gentle, he's smart. He's had a good
my
career
gosh,
in
wow.
his dental work. I mean, they
Wow,
all
it's
like
getting
him.
deep.
And we had great kids. Our kids came
So
over.
was there not a
Aw.
time
Aw.
that you can remember, either of you, where your relationship was fractured that challenged that friendship? Or is it you guys are such great friends because
And more importantly,
you
how do you
honored
get
each
through
other?
those moments?
Oh, we probably had slight move, but very minimal. It's hard to even remember. I mean, we usually get
Just
over
small
everything,
little things like,
everything
you
pretty
know,
fast.
Yeah, nothing really deep or nothing really mean.
She's
Or
They
very
crippled me.
practical.
Like
She's
that.
very
It's just-
pragmatic. I mean, excuse me for interrupting.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Oh, my.
she's very pragmatic. I mean, when I have a problem, I'm trying to fix something, she comes up with the simplest, most practical answer. Like I'm hunting for something I can't find, and I can't find it. And she says it was right there, 6 inches from where it's
Well,
supposed
that
to be.
seems to be a
know?
male thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that you're not.
My
think it
grandma
alone.
used to say if it was a snake, it would have come up and bit you by
yeah,
now.
right. I
It's
know it.
right
You're
in your
right.
face.
You're right.
No, we've just like life. We've had good
We like
parents.
each other.
You laugh a
Our
lot.
parents are
We
together.
like each other
Yeah.
a lot.
They
Every
love, you know,
moment's been good.
you
All
see
moments.
them always. They're always laughing. They're always scaring each other.
Oh my
Especially my
God.
mom loves to hide and scare my dad.
She's the
She
prankster.
scares me all the time. She
Such a
loves to
prankster.
come up
She'll-
behind me and
She
stand
remember
there.
she once outside the window in your bathroom and she reached in through
Oh
the
my
blinds
gosh.
and got you
Yeah,
coming out of the bathroom. Almost gave you a
all
heart
the
attack.
time.
Oh
It's-
my god!
Keeps my heart going.
Yeah, that'll do it. Keeps you young, huh?
She does.
But they always laugh. You guys it's your personalities are that you find laughter together.
Well, you find the good things.
But it's
you know?
almost like I almost felt somewhat crippled because I never saw you fight in all the years I was under your roof. So the first time my husband and I had a little altercation, I'm like, it's over.
Oh yeah, that'll
It's
happen.
over. I can't deal because I didn't know how to deal.
Or what about dating
Poor Mindy having
before?
such great parents.
I know
right?
it crippled
Oh.
me.
Yeah.
No, but that's a really valid point, Mindy.
It sounds
It is.
weird, but
It-
I didn't
totally.
see
It's not
a
you're not
lot
prepared.
of strife and a lot of adversity. I didn't see them fight or disagree, or I never had to see them fight to work through something to make up to get through it. So when I ran into conflict, I didn't know what to do because I was like, "This isn't supposed
See
to
how lucky we are,
happen."
Michelle. We have so much preparation for life.
See, yeah.
Oh,
Seeing
my
parents
gosh.
go at it just meant
No,
we were
I think-
prepared to
yeah.
defend ourselves.
And I actually grew up with a friend who was super wealthy growing up. And I always was like, you're going to have to match that in your adulthood or you're never going to be like satisfied or whatever. But that's the flip side, right? I always thought, well, gosh, I mean, when I was young, I just was like, I'm never getting married. And that was sort of my antidote to what I went through in my childhood. Like, I was like, I just didn't want to get married because I was like, I can't handle this. Like,
That's sad.
Sure.
and then,
Yeah,
and I
that's
find
tough.
in my relationship how it translated, I avoided it because anytime there was something, it triggered my childhood. And so maybe I avoided like real, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's you and I have the opposite. You were like, what is this? This is the end. And I was like, oh God, I can't go there. I don't want conflict in my adulthood. I can't handle it because I had it so much. What about you, JD?
You know, Mindy was lucky to have good behavior modeled in the household, right? We talk about that all the time. And that's wonderful. And thank God for all those people out there that have that. And then a lot of us maybe didn't have that. There was a lot of tension in our household, a lot of arguing, through both of my mom's marriages. And so I had to really remember what you said a second ago, Mindy, about the first time you had a big fight or something, not being prepared.
Yeah.
I feel like I was over prepared for too much tension. That relationships don't have to be that hard.
Right.
And that finally in my 40s have finally realized that, and really it's changed the way that I look at my love life and my romance. And now when something stressful happens, I don't have to, push back and fight. I can just appreciate this is a tough moment and that I'm probably going to
And
need
this too shall
to go
pass.
walk and
Yeah.
breathe and come back to it because this is my best friend and I love him. So I'm not going to accelerate something that doesn't have to be accelerated. But it takes a long time to learn that when you don't have healthy behavior modeled in the house. So I love that for Mindy, and I love that you and Glenn do that for your kids.
Well,
Go
it's
ahead.
no, I was just saying it's ironic. It's interesting though because you didn't necessarily grow up with. I mean,
A single
most-
mom.
Yeah, you had a single mom. And you didn't see a marriage
No, that's true.
A
Well, I saw
strong
they
single
had
mom.
with a stepdad. There was some conflicts at times, but whenever a conflict comes up, you think, is it worth it to fight about it? Is it really worth it?
You can be
Just
right, or
right,
you can
or
be
you can
loved.
be-
One of us usually. One of us.
You
one
can
of
be
us
right or you
gives
can be
in.
happy. That's
One
the
of
other
us
version
gives
of
in.
it. Yeah.
Right.
If there's a conflict, it's usually her.
And the truth is, if you have conflict over
so
every
sweet.
situation, it loses its value, right? It loses the strength that sometimes conflict is necessary.
Of
There's
course.
different ways to get past conflict in conflict resolution, accelerate it, avoid it, and sometimes it's important to accelerate it. Like if your child is about to get hit by a car and this person is stopping, you can just punch that person in the face and save your child, right? Nobody would argue we couldn't do that. But it can't be the go-to. If conflict is the go-to all the time, you're just setting yourself up for a very unhappy life.
Yeah.
We didn't go to what do you call it? Capital punishment
Therapy?
or whatever.
Oh,
What do you mean? Beating the kids or spanking them.
you did too.
We have threatened them. We have threatened
Oh
them.
no,
We
I
got
was
that belt.
over
You
your
re-
knee a few times.
You
just had to
remember
look
the
at
sound
you
of the
and you
belt.
tried.
Yeah, you'd like whip that belt
That
out.
belt
and be
out.
like,
You
ah,
hit-
pee myself.
I still have that belt.
Oh
too.
man, the
But
belt.
I can
Never
remember
used it.
Joyce one time
We did get spanked.
whacking Marty on the bottom, and that was an important time because he was ready to cross the street
Mm-hmm.
at about three years old, very young, or 4, and he was going to cross the street where cars were going. And I think that's appropriate because he needs to know that hurts to go that way.
Right.
Or you get
It'll hurt
scared.
more to be hit by a
That
car.
fear.
than a
Hit by a
little swat
car.
on the butt.
Yeah.
good.
But that's
Kind of-
not.
So it is our Valentine's Day show. I would
Oh,
love to know if you
wow.
guys, you loving 56-year-long couple, 57 or 8, that known each other and been best friends. Do you remember one of your favorite Valentine's days?
Oh my gosh.
Or do you celebrate it?
many.
And so many,
but
56 of
Valentine's,
them.
What we had.
Well, we have
You had
so
the
many. We have
pajama dances
birthdays.
at
We
school, our first date. I mean,
Well, I'll tell you
all
what, though.
those
I'll
times.
tell you on Valentine's Day,
Mm-hmm.
my dad and mom write the most sappy, lovey cards to each other.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
like oozing
Oh,
with
come on.
Oh,
love.
Mindy.
hey,
I
they're
mean
true.
that in the best of ways. I'm
That's
Well,
saying.
actually, we have one here, man.
Gosh,
Just kidding.
My dad is
My
a,
dearest Joyce.
he's a poet. He is a poet. He's a
sweet.
pun
I
master.
bet you write some good
And
love
they are-
letters,
I
Eric.
mean, and I say sappy, gooey in the most complimentary way
Right.
because they really are full of love, very thoughtful. You always made it a point to write, and now I've taken that habit on to really show appreciation through my writing of my cards and things, and that's something that they always did. Is even to us, you still do. You write the most beautiful cards and
does.
with comments, and you put some thought into it. You never
And
just
you're an
signed your name.
artist, too.
Never
Yeah.
just signed your name. You always had so much more to add to
Something
it.
anyway.
So.
That's
You
worth
know, what's
it.
often said is that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be one day. To celebrate romance,
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate the person you love, can happen 365 days a year, George. 365 days a year can happen at any time.
This
Just
is a
kidding.
PSA
So,
for George.
no, but I guess maybe as a man who is relatively in a new relationship, just a few years long, man to man, what's a good way to remind a person, whether it's Valentine's Day or otherwise, like how much you love them and how much you appreciate their friendship?
Well, it's been found that 10 pounds of chocolate is the lethal dose for a human.
10 pounds.
So if anybody gives you a 10-pound box of chocolate,
You're
be
done.
wary.
You're
But
done.
just don't eat it all at once. That's true. The
believe
animal,
that.
it's about a
I don't
pound.
know, Mindy. Have you come close?
Minimum lethal dose.
How is those bus tires, man? Right under that 10
No.
pounds
She
of
has a
chocolate.
thing for
It's just
chocolate.
good.
Get you back.
I buy the 10-pound M&M's bag at Costco, and I'm eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it
Mindy's
is-
like, I'm not going to remember this fact. I'm going to ignore this one.
choose to forget that.
We both came from really
Well,
kind of
she had a
families
large
that-
family.
Yeah, 9. My
She was
mother
outgoing.
was a family of 9. I'm 9 children.
Wow.
Norwegians in Puget Island, Washington. And I had relatives around me all the time. I mean, even though we were in Portland, they were out of town in Washington. But we always got together for anybody's, birthdays or their celebrations or their anniversaries or
You had a lot
just
of
Christmas
family.
or things like that. And well, not home, we kept Christmas, but it's just that we had so many good people around us that we were related to, and children our
think that's-
age.
Yeah,
so
Right.
many to
crazy
play
relatives
with.
from all directions.
Yeah.
9 kids.
Yeah, and Eric's mom
Your
too.
parents. We
Yeah,
should
we
interview
had
them. They
fabulous
really liked
cook
each other
and-
too.
But you guys have, you guys,
She was more outgoing.
Tell the story.
I was very introverted, so
You.
she could talk, and so she, she kept the conversation
I
going.
taught second graders, you guys. That's what my profession was.
Right.
Go
taught
ahead.
school for 4
I just
years.
I know the story that you may went see. My dad worked in the health service after dental school, and he worked in an Eskimo hospital, and he would fly to other islands. And then back in the day, the only way they had to communicate was through a CB radio, right?
Oh my gosh!
And they would get on every night.
Oh,
And the radio waves went. It was a public forum. So the whole entire whatever
CB radios.
however how many radios?
25,000.
Oh, that was the best show around back then, I guess.
25,000
Yeah.
square miles, and
Yeah,
people would
Aleutian
listen to them,
Peninsula.
have pillow talk with each other every night,
I
and
mean-
it became. It was,
Oh, well, see, Joyce had come down to the hospital radio. I'd be a couple hundred miles away down the Aleutian Peninsula doing work, and we made an agreement to call in the evening. And one of the Eskimo ladies walked up to me one day on our compound. She says, "Are you going to call your wife tonight? I always tune in." And another guy, 200 miles upriver, he said, "I heard 27 Huns last night." I said, "Hi, Hun. How you doing, Hun?" All of that. But one time I went down to, let's see, Nelson Lagoon, one of these communities, and I called Joyce. Usually the teacher lets me use her radio, and I called her, and she'd be in this little room the size of a closet, really tiny, and she'd call, and we'd talk. It was very personal, and I said, "Honey," I says, "has my Playboy magazine come in yet?" And she says, "Honey, when you get here, you won't need your Playboy magazine."
Oh, saucy.
The
I
next,
wish there was.
Get it, Joyce.
the next 3 villages.
Heard that.
Oh, your
Oh.
Playboy magazine.
You weren't just modeling good behavior for
Oh,
Marty and Mindy. You were modeling good behavior for the
whole
whole Pacific
community, the whole
Northwest.
You
peninsula.
inspired a bunch of babies probably to be born.
Probably.
But it was funny because one time we got weathered in, and it was Nelson Lagoon on the north side of the peninsula. Weather was really bad, and we called the radio, and Joyce, the teacher said, "Bring your wife, and if there's room on the plane, the pilot would allow her to come along." We came into this village. I did my work during the day, but we got weathered in. So Joyce had to call the hospital to see if the person taking care of Mindy and Marty had enough diapers. And she called and made arrangements to make sure they had diapers. She was worried about it. So that was fine. So finally the weather ceiling dropped a little, went up a little bit. The pilot came in, and then we flew very low in the bad weather. Next village I landed in was Ivanhoe Bay on the south side of the Aleutian Peninsula on the beach where it's just curved. And first thing, this missionary lady came running down to me. She says, "Dr. Burbano, Dr. Burbano, it's really nice to meet you. I have a question." I says, "What? Did your wife get the diapers to the babysitter?"
You were the first.
was-
This
were
is
the
the first
original
reality
reality
show.
show. I know.
Yeah,
They were the first reality radio
Burbanos
show.
in
I
the
love it.
Alaskan Peninsula.
Well, the frequency of the radio was 2430, and when we left, we got some very nice gifts, but we also got a certificate, the 2430 Award for Family Entertainment.
Oh,
I
that's
love
so
that.
cute. Well, you
People
are
are
always
really
entertaining
nice.
all of
Still
us.
entertaining
and
us.
So thank you
And
guys.
we're so inspired
She
by
was
your
fast.
friendship.
Yeah, truly.
And you truly are a joy to have around. And I literally never really know one of you without the other. Your togetherness and the respect you have for each other, and you uphold each other and honor each other's love.
And you
It's-
make beautiful babies.
I was going to
Oh,
say that.
How much do we love Marty?
At least one.
I mean,
Oh,
no, but thank you for making our best friend. I mean, she's
Oh,
touched
that
our
was-
hearts, and she
that was
the
fun.
apple. The
hope
apple
we've
is like basically on the tree.
My
Yes.
parents are your parents. They're
Yeah, it didn't
yours.
fall.
Thank you, Mom
Thank
and
you,
I
Dad.
hope
guys.
we've inspired everybody
did.
out there for Valentine's week, but obviously, like you said, 365 days, 52
right.
weeks.
Don't
a
leave it all to
year
Hallmark.
to honor your
Make your own
loved
cards.
one and your best friend, which
That's right.
should be your partner.
Yeah, you know what? Even if you don't have a significant someone other on Valentine's Day, call one of your friends. They're
Right.
your ride or die. They're your tried and true. They'll be there for you. That love runs deep and long. So
Yeah.
we celebrate friendship. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
and
Day.
thank you for joining us for
on
another episode of
Friendsome Then Some.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Mom and Dad.
We
Love
love
you
you
guys.
all.
Catch us on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Friendsome and Then
Anywhere you
Some.
get your podcast.
Yes,
Anywhere you
that's
get your
right.
podcast.
And
All
like us.
right. We'll see you
We
next
like you.
time. Woohoo!
Bye.